The radiator's been knocking all week. Not the usual clanks, sharper like something tapping back. Last night, when the heat died, I heard it clearer. 3 quick raps, then silence. 3 again. Same pattern. From inside the wall. The mug's always in a different spot now. Not far. An inch left of the sink, then beside the microwave. My therapist says stress makes you forget things. But I don't drink coffee at night. It's the smells, too. Wet earth suddenly in the hallway. Like the air after you turn a rotting log. Gone by the time I check. There's a stain on the ceiling above my bed that wasn't there last month. Sometimes it looks dry, sometimes it glistens. Last Tuesday, I found footprints, bare feet, long toes, pressed into the dust under the fire escape. They stopped at my window. The crows gather outside every sunset, 16 of them. They perch on the power lines, heads cocked toward my apartment until the streetlights flicker on. Then they scatter. The TV turned itself on, static. I pulled the plug. The screen stayed lit, buzzing softly until I whispered, "Please, stop." I found a single black feather in the silverware drawer. Downy, still warm. I keep checking the locks. They're fine. The kitchen light hums a half-tone lower than it used to. I noticed yesterday, standing very still with my palm against the bulb. Warm. Faint vibration. I could feel the murmur in my molars. The raps have started avoiding the radiator. Today, the bathroom pipes syncopated. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. I knocked back twice. The house held its breath, then replied with 3. I tracked the stain. It's spreading downward when I'm not looking, a slow seep-through plaster. If I stare long enough, the edges pulse, throb, a capillary rhythm. The crows left a gift on the windowsill, a mouse femur, polished clean. Tapped the glass as they dropped it. Their eyes were wrong, pupils too wide, liquid black and depthless. My breath doesn't fog the mirrors anymore. The apartment's warmer, damp, despite the dead furnace. The mug migrated to the shower floor this morning, full of rainwater. I don't own a shower curtain. Footprints pressed into the butter I left softening on the counter. Long toes, arched too high, held the tub to the light. Claw marks under the wax paper. Static whispers through the unplugged TV after midnight. "Phrase! I almost catch!" Sounds like a name. My name? The feather in the drawer molted. Found a fresh one this afternoon. Quill sharp. Still warm. The walls taste metallic now. Licked one on a whim cold, coppery like blood-tinged ice. Shouldn't have. My tongue's been numb since. Words come out slurred as if my mouth's full of wet leaves. Fingerprints materialize on a kettle. 4 fingers and a thumb, but spread too far apart, as if the hand had stretched. The toaster cord knots itself nightly. I unravel it each dawn, studying the patterns, slip knots, bowlines, nooses. The stains under the wallpaper breathe. I press my ear to the damp bloom above the sink, hear a wet click-click like a tongue detaching from a palate. When I pull back, my cheek leaves an imprint, a perfect mold of my face, sagging, melting into the wall's pores. I stop eating the butter. Found a molar lodged in it this morning. Not mine, I checked. Too large. The edges serrated. Voices whisper through the showerhead now. Drip, drip words. Open, they say. Open, open, open. The drain gargles when I ask what to open. My reflection winks in the water pooling at my feet. I don't wink back. Blisters on my palms where the light bulb touch me. They glow faintly in the dark, pulsing with the radiator's old rhythm. Sometimes I think the apartment is digesting me. Slowly, methodically. Turning my sweat to plaster, my hair to wire, my bones to warped floorboards. The crows brought a new gift. My mother's cameo necklace, lost years ago. It's warm. The face scratched out. Something moves behind the porcelain, tickles my collarbone when I wear it. I dream of hinges. The kitchen light flickers in time with my blinking. Haven't slept in. Hours? Days? My eyelids grit like sandpaper. I scratch my wrist and a clump of skin peels away. Beneath it, something smooth and yellowish. Eggshell or porcelain. Hinges. That's what the dream showed me. Rows of them, brass and rusted, embedded in the hallway walls. Now I hear them creak awake behind the plaster. A dry, metallic yawn. The radiator hisses in response. The necklace's ticking grows urgent. I claw at it, but the clasp won't budge. Cold seeps through the cameo. Its grown teeth, tiny, needling, that fret in my throat. The wall imprint on my face has sprouted eyelids. They flutter when I'm not looking. I pour a glass of water. It boils instantly, tendrils of steam coiling into symbols. A spiral, a hook, my mother's initials. The drain moans, low and hungry. "Open what?" I scream, and the room swallows the words, soft, wet. A door appears where the stain bloomed, tiny, no taller than my knee, birchwood, blistered with mold. The knob turns, not by my hand. A sound leaks out, static, and under it, a wet crunching, chewing. My teeth ache. In the window, the crows watch, heads cocked. One hacks up a fingernail. Mine. Has to be. I press a hand to the glass. Cold, so cold, and feel the panes flex inward, yielding like skin. The blisters burst as I kneel. Golden liquid pools in my palms. It sings, high-pitched, wordless. The door creaks wider. So small. Could I crawl through? Would it even matter? The apartment sighs and my breath sinks with it. When I close my eyes, I see hinges. They gleam. They sing. I reach. My fingers skim the door's edge. The wood warps under my touch, soft as marrow. The static swells, and now I recognize the crunching teeth on bone, wet and methodical. My teeth. The ache spreads through my jaw like roots. The golden liquid thickens, tacks my palms together. It's warm now. Alive. Streaks of it climb my wrists, crystallizing into filaments that hum against my pulse. The song sharpens, splits syllables. Open us! Open us! I crouch. The doorframe sheds splinters that writhe like larvae. Downstairs, Mrs. Eichel's piano stops mid-scale. Silence bloats the air. Even the crows have stilled. The space beyond is all throat-pulsing wall, slick with mucus, ribbed with cartilage. It constricts, then relaxes, breathing. My knees sink into spongy tissue. The air reeks of copper and clove. My mother's funeral scent. Lumps press against the walls from within. Familiar shapes, the curve of a jaw, the arch of a foot. They twitch as I crawl past. The filaments tighten, steering me deeper. Light glows ahead, a dull yolk yellow. The walls whisper as I move. Almost home, almost home. My blisters burst again, weeping rivulets that harden into a glaze. Porcelain! It's climbing my arms, my neck. A ribcage chandelier dangles above, each bone strung with hair. In the center, a chair, my kitchen chair. The cameo necklace lies coiled on the seat, ticking. Its chain slithers toward me, hungry. The chain brushes my ankle, cold as a tongue. It's heavy, too heavy. But when I look down, it's paper-thin, curling up my calf like fiddlehead fern. The chair groans. It splinters. No! Blooms, petals of pine and varnish unfurling. I can't stop staring at the cameo. Her profile. Mine. A loop of time congealed in ivory. Static swells again, but it's inside me now, filling crevices. The porcelain creaks over my chin, cracks forming hairline fractures. The chandelier's ribs tremble. Hair snakes down, brushing my sealed eyelids. It tastes like dust when it slips between my lips. This is how it happens, I realize. How she happened. How I'll keep happening. My legs dissolve first, not into liquid, but light, gauzy, and golden, pooling in the chair's hollow. My ribs rise without me, clicking into the chandelier's spiral. The cameo nestles into my hardening throat. A perfect fit. The chair folds inward. The walls croon. When the last shard of me seals shut, I become very still, very quiet. And around me, the house breathes.